that a lot. Traveler struggling the decode this ancient reader verse. The heart shines upon a path not whole, but a warning flame inside of my butthole. Revali decides to bring the poem's meaning to light. We're just doing shrine quests now. Woo, Owlboy! Yeah, Owlboy's a game that I heard so much positive about, and then I'm just like, oh wait, they're doing it physically on Switch as like a limited release thing in stores. Cool, I'll do that. Same with Oninaki. Although Oninaki was a thing that I saw that was like from a Nintendo Direct that I really liked the look of, and it was getting again a very limited physical release, so I bought it. Again, that's the big thing. I'm working so much that I have a lot of money to buy all this shit, but it means I do less videos, which means I don't get around to actually playing the shit that I bought. By losing an arrow through the fire Revali had made, the traveler solved the riddle and received a tome on the art of archery. This he gave to Revali, set up for his next adventure. While flying, damage enemies in your wake. Oh, so just while flying, you hurt enemies. Awesome. Shadow Hearts is the same, though at least it got 3. Yeah, the PS2 really was an era of games where a lot of games just fucking, like, a lot of series just fucking died. The PS2 was still back in the glorious days where budgets didn't have to be trillions upon trillions. So new ideas could come out as a brand new IP and not cost that much, so they could go experimental with it because it wasn't a massive loss if it didn't do really fucking well. And those days are dead now. Like, it's either very expensive AAA games or indie games, which it's harder and harder and harder for indie games to survive now because the market's oversaturated and the marketplaces are bad for indies and treat them fucking horribly and stuff like that. I'll just defeat them all. Cool, easy. So it's just like, we don't have that mid-tier budget anymore. Like, we don't get like THQ midway tier games. Some publishers are getting into B-movie games. Oh, let's go. That was the PS2 was the glory era of that shit. Yeah, because PS2 was just like that generation of like that and GameCube was really the last era of that mid-tier budget game. Like the 360 and PS3 have some things that are like that, but you can see starting with that generation that budgets were starting to get more expensive because like the jump to PS3 was a big leap graphics speaking. I mean, obviously the jump from like N64 to GameCube and stuff also was a big jump as well, but I mean like but like the PS2 and GameCube era was still stuff where it's just like we're not trying for realism because we literally can't kind of thing, or at least we can accept that we can't get there. But once you got to the 360 PS3 era, it was very much we can start aiming for realism, so we're going to. So budgets start skyrocketing, and now you get to the point where it's just like instant load time, highly optimized video games with like 4K, like 120 frames a second things on the PS5 and Xbox Series X. Fantastic playing wise, but oh my god, it means that smaller budgets do not exist in like the big game publisher thing anymore. Big publishers said people wanted the highest, most expensive stuff, and if that you couldn't, you shouldn't bother. Honestly, it's the same fucking problem that movies have been having for a long time too. It's why every single movie that comes out is one of 3 fucking franchises. Because the budgets are so ridiculously high, they don't want to take a risk with anything that isn't something that's a guaranteed success. And why we have way too many motherfucking Marvel movies. Yes, this was just a long-winded excuse for me to complain about Marvel, the MCU again. Let's go. Can I complain about WandaVision for a second? Will people get mad if I complain about WandaVision? I haven't even seen it. I just want to complain about one thing. So it's still going, and I don't know if what I would say counts as spoilers. Don't worry, it's not the big spoiler from the end of episode 4 or 5 that people are talking about. I think that thing. Whoa! Okay, my character just moved. Link just jumped up to the side a bit. I wouldn't want to spoil that spoiler because that spoiler was genuinely cool. And like I heard about it, I'm just like, oh, I'm not gonna watch it, so I'm fine. No one's spoiled that. It's like, okay, it's actually kind of cool. But can I complain about one thing about WandaVision without people getting upset? And it's less, well, it's about WandaVision, but it's about the response to WandaVision and just why I hate the MCU so much. Is that a thing? Can people not get too mad if I complain about WandaVision for like 30 seconds? I'm gonna do it anyway. So one thing that I've seen a lot of people say about WandaVision, right, is like WandaVision is great for the MCU. Complaining about things that isn't half of what we're here for? Fuck yeah, let's go. Everyone is aware of what I'm like. I'm an arrogant piece of shit. Fuck yeah, I'm glad that my target audience now realizes that I'm an insufferable piece of shit, but I can do it in ways that is funny. So I'm glad that everyone is aware that this is what I'm like. So, what is happening there? Why does this keep happening? I feel it's too news to people still have no criticisms of stage, but fuck it. Again, it's less of a criticism of the show and also the criticism of the response to the show, which is probably worse in terms of making people mad at me. So, people, yeah, the big thing that people are saying about why WandaVision is so good is that it's a brand new, unique thing for the MCU. It is unlike anything else in the MCU, right? And I will be absolutely the first person to scream incredibly loudly, the MCU is boring because it's all the exact same fucking movie. It is 22 movies with the exact same structure and incredibly predictable plot in so many ways that it's just like, if you've seen one, you've seen them all, and like the character arcs play out the same way, and like the motivations play out the same way, and the motivations and methods are the same way, and structures, and it's literally all the same. They're all the same fucking movie. Like every single one of them is the same movie. It's not a bad structure by any means. Like, I enjoyed a lot of the Marvel movies when they first came out, when I first started watching them. And then I got to a point where I got bored watching them because they were all the same. But even the ones that, some of the ones that are the same, it's just like, there's some cool stuff in it. Like, I love Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I think Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is a fantastic movie. Kind of things like that. But, like, I'll be the first person to say that a big criticism of Marvel is just like, yeah, no, it's fucking boring. Because it's all the same. So WandaVision, brand new thing, and it's brand new and exciting and everything like that. So it's like, oh, cool, okay. And I guess this is kind of light spoilers for WandaVision, I guess. So if you do care about spoilers for WandaVision, tune out for like the next however long it takes me to rant about this. So it's just like, WandaVision started, right? And it was just like Scarlet Witch and Vision, and they're inside of like a 50s or 60s sitcom. And like the entire episode plays out like one of those sitcoms. Like, it's not trying to be a Marvel thing, it's trying to be one of these sitcoms and trying to mimic that style. Like, the pacing set up good, storylines, like, even if they're superheroes and everything like that, is all paced exactly like that. Good, awesome, that's cool. You're making something that is like these other things that have existed in the past, but making it your own unique thing because it's Marvel superheroes in the wacky situation of trying to please the boss at the job to like with a family dinner to like get that promotion, stuff like that. That is a genuinely cool idea. A twist on an old classic that is like one of the most popular things in modern Western culture and like the longest lasting things and everything like that. Cool. That's cool. And like every episode has been like shifting to a new like era of this television and stuff like that. Cool. And then you get to like episode 3 or 4 or something or whatever it is, and the episode starts with MCU characters in the real world. And they're trying to find out the mystery of where is Scarlet Witch, what has happened to Vision's body and everything like that. And they find a city and they infiltrate it, and it's just like, oh, Wanda's taken this entire town hostage and it's like using her incredible powers to turn it into a sitcom so she can get a life with her dead husband again and everything like that. It's like, and secretly Vision thinks he's in this happy like life with his wife and everything, but really it's a horror story because of just like, oh, it's a peaceful life, but really it's terrifying and everything like that. And it's just like, oh no, oh my god. And I'm just like, you turned your unique idea of just like superhero 70s sitcom of just like taking something like I Dream of Jeannie or Bewitched and amping it up to fuck-ton levels. You're taking like that cool idea and something that nothing in the MCU is like, and just being like, it's about unraveling a mystery about a superhero using their superpowers, and the thing that looks nice and happy and cheerful is secretly evil and dark and terrifying. And it's just like, okay, seriously, how many fucking times, just in general, is the twist of happy, idyllic life, like 50s sitcom, is secretly terrifying and fucked up and a simulation and like, so how played out is this trope? It happens in Saints Row, it happens in Fallout, there's the entire movie of like Pleasantville or something like that, or whatever, or Tranquility something, or Tranquil. I forget the names of these things. Where like the kids are sucked into the television, and it's just like, oh, it's the happy idyllic 50s life, but really it was super fucking racist back then. It's like how often does the trope of idyllic 50s sitcom life isn't real and is actually an illusion and a fake reality, and the characters look like they're living this happy, peaceful life, but it's secretly dark and terrifying? How played out is that trope already? How played out is character is carefree, but secretly there's something fucked up going on? How played out is that in the MCU? Like, they had an interesting, unique show idea that was like nothing else in the MCU, and now it's again about unraveling a mystery and trying to stop someone from using their powers for bad, and like, like, I don't care about how much it advances the plot of MCU as a whole. The fact that, like, so early into WandaVision, the real world is featured, I'm just like, you couldn't even keep your commitment to actually sticking with your new, unique idea for longer than, like, 3 episodes. It took, like, 3 episodes for you to abandon your unique idea and focus on real world, like, incredibly complex plot to tie MCU into this one giant interconnected series that you have to watch everything for again. Trope that trope is more abused than the "my dad abandoned me" joke. Honestly, it kind of is. It kind of really is, and that is bad. Which section of your Discord should I post the extra Smash Raps image to? I mean, there's a gaming section. It can just be in the gaming section. I don't have a Smash section specifically. So if you want to, like, talk about that shit, yeah, just the gaming section is probably the easiest. I've stopped complaining about Marvel. Unless someone in chat wants to bring up something that I complain about again. If anyone in chat wants me to complain about something else in Marvel, feel free to let me know. And I'll complain about something else in Marvel. Because don't worry, I've got material. I've got material. I have so much of it. I have way too much of it. Okay! Would you say you're okay? Like, would you say, I can't even muster up the end of that joke. Like, I can't even muster up the strength. Yeah, if anyone wants me to complain about anything else in Marvel, feel free to let me know in chat. What should I bitch about? If not, we can talk about something else. I'm just doing challenges here, so if you want to talk about something, feel free to give me a topic. I'm just gonna straight up lean on chat right now for advice. What do you want me to talk about? Because I'm kind of out at the moment. Other than talking about how I've got nothing to talk about, I'm kind of out. What should I bitch about? If that's all we do here, what should I bitch about? I'm just gonna fuse a bunch of stuff here so I can actually use Reiju for a second. So I can actually get those bananas. There we go. 44, that's half decent. That's all good in any capacity, but it's half decent. Where's Reiju's thing? Where is it? Chief in training, there it is. Reiju works hard to become a worthy chief of the Gerudo. Challenger Urbosa tasks her with defeating the Yiga clan members that are disturbing the Gerudo Desert's peace. Let's go. Murder.
Looks delectable.
There we go.
Delightful.
How bad YouTube is? Oh god. Oh god, you really want me to spend the entire rest of the session talking about this? Well, what part of YouTube? Community culture, moderation, law, or effect on the world? Like, there's so much about YouTube we can complain about. There's so many different aspects to it. Actually, I'm a content creator on here. I can either talk about how bad the ad revenue is, which I'm a small channel, so I can't really complain. The fact that I get money from this shit is surprising in and of itself, so I'm not going to complain too much about that. But, you know, I am recording this literally in my bedroom, and, like, I have a decent following. Like, it's not good or anything compared to what the rest of the channel, like the rest of the channels are, but, like, you know, I have people watching my stuff. I have, like, a nice little crew of people who enjoy watching my things consistently and everything like that, and I'm just some fucker recording this shit in my bedroom because I don't have anyone else in my house to record this. I've turned, like, it is more a studio that happens to have a bed in it than a bedroom at this point, by far. But like, I imagine for a lot of people watching my stuff, I don't play as Richard. I imagine for a lot of people watching my stuff, a big part of what you like about my stuff is the fact that I am just some random fucking person. And I just happen to be entertaining enough that you enjoy watching my stuff. And I'm just me. I'm just a person who does this stuff and enjoys it. And you enjoy watching it for what it is and stuff like that. I don't even know what combos I have for her. I do not even know. I have up to 4x and 5y. And she's got her dashing attack. I do remember this as well. Have I even tried her 4x before? I don't even know what it is. Is that the lightning one? No. But yeah, I imagine what people like is that I am just me. I am just a regular person doing my stuff and everything like that. And just how much of like what the popular stuff on YouTube now is explicitly corporate stuff to appeal to algorithms, and because it appeals to algorithms super strongly, is now become the popular stuff. God damn it! It's so boring. It's so boring. It's so boring. Did you upload a video of a cat walking and it got demonetized? Why? Why? Why did it get demonetized? YouTube, what the fuck? Hey, you get frozen. Get fucked. Wee, wee, wee! Hey, Suga. Get shocked by this again. Actually, that is one thing that I can say. Ever since, like, I used to not get any of my ad revenue limited in any capacity on YouTube. Like, every single one of my videos, basically regardless of what I would do, would always be the green monetization of just, yep, perfectly fine. Completely safe for ads, not limited, anything like that. It was only when I, like, put swearing in the title that it would be limited, and fair enough. And, like, if I think the title deserves swearing, I'm okay being limited in ads for that. And this, I refuse to believe this is coincidence. I am 100% think this is punishment. He's just standing there. Alright, Suga ran away because he's a coward. Got it. Blade Masters have appeared. How dare they? Ever since I've started streaming to Twitch and I put the Twitch notifications out live and everything, I would say a good half of my videos now are ad limited. And I get so many less recommendations for new viewers from on recommendations now. Recommendations have never been where I've gotten most of my new viewers from. Most of my new viewers come from searches and people clicking on playlists, which is absolutely what I've leaned into. Why do I do an entire series where I do several games in a row? Because if people want to watch one game and then they see my stuff and they realize that I've done every game in that series, if they watch one video of mine and they like it, they know they've got a lot of fucking content of mine that they'll probably enjoy to watch. And like, now that I realized a few years ago that that is absolutely where my channel content lies in terms of where it excels, is just having this massive backlog of full entire, like, I have every single Kingdom Hearts game, even the fucking handheld ones. Like, I have everything. And stuff like that, or I'm going through all the Danganronpa stuff, including like reading Zero and stuff, which has become one of my most popular series lately. For some reason, Danganronpa Zero, the novel, the Let's Read, is one of my most popular series for like the last 3 months running. Not the most popular, it's still Monster Hunter and Punch Out like at the top at the moment. But like it's like, in terms of Danganronpa Zero has been getting more views than 2 or 3 in the last couple of months, and that is fucking surprising. Because those things were way up there, and like Zero's overtaken those. But like I absolutely know that's where my content lies. That is where I get my views from. I get my views from having a massive backlog. It's why most stuff moving forward, like my plan for my big series is giant franchises that I can clear and do a shitload of. Like I want to do a lot of other projects as well because I enjoy a lot of other stuff. But like in terms of just how do I plan on like growing bigger while doing stuff in the way that I want to, it's by doing full series. That's part of the reason why I'm doing Metal Gear, and why very soon there's also another, and I'm not spoiling this series because I think it's going to be quite a surprise for people when they find out that's the series, and I think people are going to be very, very surprised when they find out it's the full series that I'm doing is this, so I'm not spoiling it until I start it, but I've got another series that is like 8 games long that I'm planning on starting soon, where I'm going to go through over the course of a few years and do the entire series. And it's just like, one, I just enjoy playing through an entire series on the channel. Like, like, even when I started, I'm just like, I don't want to do a series unless I'm doing the entire fucking thing because I'm weird. But like that, I'm just like, no, I want to do the whole thing though. Like, just for posterity, I want to do the entire thing. And then it turned out, oh, that actually helps my content a fair bit. In terms of views. So, like, I'm absolutely leaning heavily into that. And that's absolutely part of my plan. But that's not the art. Like, that's where I get most of my recommendations for new viewers. But I also do get recommendations. Like, there was a decent amount of like my new viewers that were recommended videos. Just like when you finish watching a video, recommend it in the sidebar. You've got that, which is never something I've leaned into. Like, if I wanted to lean into that stuff, I'd change my thumbnails. Like, my thumbnails are designed for people who are frequent watchers or will watch through a series. It's explicitly designed like that because it makes it easier to know which part is which, to know where you're up to, so it's easier to watch an entire series, which is where I get a lot of my new viewers from, so it leans into that regard. But if I wanted to, like, get more viewers on my, like, if you're watching a series, like, if you're just watching whatever video on YouTube, and you see recommended in the sidebar, one of my thumbnails, and it's just like, it's Kiryu, and it's back turn, and it says Kiwami 2, episode number 15, and it doesn't show you anything about how the game actually, like, about where in the game I am or anything like that. It's just part 15 of an LP. You're not going to click on that. But the way that people usually do their YouTube thumbnails is to make it so regardless of which part of a series it is, people will be interested to tune into that episode. It's the start of a series. Like, it's like halfway through a series, but the videos are designed around, you can watch just this one video and it will make sense. Or like the thumbnail's designed so it looks like it's just this one-off video. That's the shit that is popular right now. And like, I can absolutely do that kind of stuff, but it's not where my content lies and like where I want my focus to be, because it's just not how I enjoy making stuff. And I also don't have the time to like focus on doing stuff the way that I want to, and also adding that on top of it. If I have the time, I'd like to do that as well. Like, I'd like to make a side channel that is all edited content that leans more into the algorithm and stuff. So I like that type of thing. I do like it, and I think I would enjoy having that type of content as well. It's just different. It's just very time consuming to do. Stuff I absolutely do not have the ability to do right now. So I can't really like put the focus into it when it's less what I want to do than what I'm doing right now, kind of thing like that. Well, oh, yo, go Patricia! I don't think I've seen that weak point smash. Let's go. But like, I know that my recommended in the sidebar stuff isn't the best. I know it isn't the best, but it was a relatively decent chunk of, not the biggest, but it was a decent chunk of where my new viewers came from until I started streaming on Twitch. And now it's less than external links. And I feel like that has to be delivered. YouTube is seeing that I'm also branching out to streaming on Twitch. So YouTube has stopped recommending my videos to, like, just random people who enjoy similar content. Like, if you actively look for a series of mine, they'll still recommend it, because it's just like, well, if someone wants to watch Kingdom Hearts, this is a person who does a lot of Kingdom Hearts, so we'll still show that. But it's just like, oh, you're watching someone who, like, is doing a video on, like, a character action game. Well, I'm not going to recommend this person who's doing a character action game, because they're a trader and they're also doing stuff on Twitch. That has to be part of it. Like, because it is when I started streaming on Twitch that stuff started happening. That I am not getting recommendation, like, new things anywhere near as much. Like, I still get most of my new viewers and views in general from people wanting to watch full series of mine. But I get nothing from recommendations now. Like, I used to get around plus 90 subs a month, and a good 15 to 20 of that per month came from recommendations. My new subs per month now are around 60 to 70. And one, maybe two of those are from recommendations. And it's just like, I'm uploading more than I was before. I feel like the algorithm is seeing me put up videos that say live on Twitch, and then me deleting those videos not long afterwards, and the algorithm's just like, let's get rid of that person. I swear that's happening. I accidentally found your Punch-Out playthrough a year ago, and it was the day that I stumbled across a legend. Sorry, I had to. A legend. Also, you stumbled across my Punch-Out playthrough a year ago, and then actually went on to watch my other stuff, when that wasn't when I had done Title Defense Part 2. Let's go, work. Fuck yeah. Just like, there are certain series that people will watch who will carry on to watching my other stuff. Also, holy shit, that just unlocked a lot of stuff for Reju. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, I have so many quests I can hand in. I'm not gonna hand in quests right now because I'm focusing on just doing challenges and stuff. Because, you know, we're gonna focus on those at some point. But yeah, fuck it, I'm gonna do this. I wanna play as Lincoln Saber. I'll play as Lincoln Saber. I'm not enjoying any other character. It's not that I think other characters are bad. It's just now that I play as these two characters, I'm just like, I don't want to play as anyone else. How many I've got left of these? I should go buy some stuff. I don't have to buy stuff between everything now because I know there's some shops give you some really like a lot of good shit. Like a lot of stuff, but yeah. Just take a quick second to buy some of this. To buy some of these things that I know that I need. I think I need this for something. I don't remember what I remember it being a thing that I needed. I don't remember before though. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, I have series that people will watch and then we'll go on to watch my other stuff. Kingdom Hearts isn't that. People usually can't make it through all my Kingdom Hearts videos, let alone going on to other things, which fair enough. Those LPs are bad. My Kingdom Hearts LPs are bad. I get way too angry, and it's way too angry at the audience because the Kingdom Hearts community is toxic as shit, and I took that out on camera way more than I needed to for people who weren't being toxic to enjoy it. And I freely admit that I'm not happy with those series. That's why a literal redemption arc's happening for Kingdom Hearts and stuff like that. People usually don't go on from Kingdom Hearts to watching my other stuff, but like Yakuza and Danganronpa, a lot of people who watch those series of mine go on to watch my other stuff. A lot of them. I'm shocked that you came from Punch-Out though. Punch-Out is a series where people watch Punch-Out and then don't watch anything else afterwards. That is very much how Punch-Out functions. Punch-Out gets absurd fucking views all the time compared to anything else, and it doesn't translate to anywhere else in the channel. And I can see on analytics that people aren't going on to Punch-Out and watching stuff other than watching the Punch-Out series that I have. I bet if I finished it, I bet it would happen way more. I bet if I finished it, people would get to the end of the Punch-Out series and want to go watch other stuff, and they'd just be like, oh yeah, now that I finished watching this thing, I'll go watch other stuff. But then they get to Punch-Out, and it's not finished after 6 years, and they're just like, oh, that sucks, and then go somewhere else instead to watch the end of Punch-Out, instead of continuing to watch my stuff. I bet once I finish it, it'll actually work way better. But, yeah, but the fact that you came from Punch-Out, that's awesome, because not many viewers come from Punch-Out and then stay around for the rest of it. I originally got my Final Fantasy 7 on my PS4, but the second I got on the main menu, my controller broke. No, you need to play that game. The game is so good. It's in my top 5 of all time, probably. I still don't know how to judge it. I can't judge it fully until I get through hard mode, and I still haven't beaten the game because the whole game's not done yet. So it's hard for me to judge, but it's probably my top 5. It's probably my top 5 of all time. I got a spare controller. I mean, like, this is my brand new one, but if you want to borrow this one, I'd rather you didn't because, like, my other one's bad. That's why I bought this one, even though I'm getting a PS5 soon. Hopefully. Big fucking hopefully on that. But if you want to borrow this, like, I'm not doing Final Fantasy 7 for a bit. Like, I'm gonna be doing hard mode until I get a PS5 anyways. So, like, if you want to borrow this, there you go. Work, you're really bad at taking stuff through my camera. I tried to charge your phone. Didn't take the cable. Trying to lend you a controller. Don't take the controller. You're really bad at grabbing stuff through the physical screen, and I don't get it. I try to be nice. I try to offer these things. And instead you shit on my dick. So mean. So mean. Fire! And freeze you. It's hard, okay? Just use your voice detector thing to just be like, okay, Siri, grab controller from webcam. This is mostly just for me, but they announced FF14 for the PS5 recently, and those load times are so sexy fast. Honestly, like, I have a number of things where I'm just like, oh, this is a PS4 game. I should wait till I play it on the PS5, though. Look, okay, so here's my big thing that I actually don't know about. For just plain old PS4 games, if they don't have a PS5 specific enhanced version of the game, I understand, like, I'm not gonna get I'm not gonna play, like, I'm not expecting to play, FF7 on PS5, and it plays at, like, 2K, 60 frames a second, no stuttering, and perfect everything like that. Like, I'm not expecting an improvement, or like, I'm not expecting an improvement in performance, because they need to actually optimize it to do that kind of stuff. I'm not expecting an improvement in performance, but just regular old PS4 versions of games, they should still have better load times, right? Like, because it would be the same as if you got your PS4 and installed an SSD on it, right? Like, they should still load faster, right? So that's my main thing with, like, I don't care about the performance part of FF7 Remake. I'd like it if the game was at 60, but honestly, it's at such a stable 30 that I'm fine with it, and stuff like that. But the load times are killer on that, especially considering the load times are on retries and deaths. And my next playthrough is on hard mode, which is probably gonna have a lot of that shit. So that's what I'm like waiting for PS5 on. I think if they don't have something happens, this will get better load times. Yeah, that's my, yeah. Like, honestly, Monster Hunter's another one. Like, playing Monster Hunter Iceborne, like, not even joking, I wanted to buy a fucking PS4 Pro just so I could play Monster Hunter. But I never got around to it. The PS5 was announced, and I'm just like, well, there's no point buying a PS5 a Pro now, and stuff like that. But I'm just like, if I play fucking Monster Hunter on there, let's go. The thing is, I know that Monster Hunter does play better on the PS5 on the Pro, and also has better load times. So I don't know whether like Iceborne on a PS5 would like have like how much better the performance would be. Because it does better on Pro, but I don't know if it would just play like it was on the Pro, whether it would play like it's on the base PS4 or anything like that. Like the load time's like a minute in that game, so yeah, no, that'd be fucking great too. I've seen PS4 Pro with SSD loading times for Monster Hunter alone, and that shit was fucking lightning quick. Which I'm on base PS4, which is very, very slow, so that alone would just be really fucking disgusting. Obviously, every PS4 to PS5, it will be one better. Obviously. Explosions. Stop! I locked onto the first. I don't know why I thought I was locked onto the Lionel still. What is happening? What is happening? Who's driving? Bear is driving! What is going on? Stop being inside my entire asshole! I already told you all this before. Earlier in this exact session. I'm gonna shoot you from the sky. How about this? Get fucked. Everyone dies. Oh my god, why is that attack so powerful? Yeah, let's go! Break it like a Super Nintendo. Instead it's a Switch and it still has frame rate drop performances. Honestly, like, I've seen a lot of people say that the performances, like Hyrule Warriors, Age of Calamity, is unacceptable to play as on a Switch, and I get it. It performs shocking. It's not as bad as what I think some people say, but it performs poorly. It absolutely does. And just like, for an action game on the Switch that is like everything like this, it absolutely should be optimized better and play better than it does. That being said, how much that performance affects my gameplay versus how much it feels funny to break the fucking frame rate and see frame rates hitting like single digits because you're causing so much havoc on screen. There is absolutely a joy to that. There is absolutely a joy to breaking the game so hard that you can see the frame rate just fucking tank itself. Like, especially with Tabor. There is absolutely an element of joy to that wouldn't happen if the game was better optimized. So I don't know whether I'd want the game to play better. I don't know if the game being at a full 60 the entire time would be worth me not being able to break it with Tabor and see the game tank and just being like, let's fucking go. I don't know. Legends of PS5 are faster than the bots people use to buy them. Oh, wow. That's impressive. That's impressive. Someone actually made a website for the Australian stores where, like, the desktop page is literally just pictures of, like, every Australian retailer that sells the stock. It's an image of the web page that, like, takes a screenshot of that webpage and refreshes it every 10 seconds. So you just keep, and like the page refreshes itself. So you just keep this one page open and just it itself refreshes every single web page for you that sells PS5 stock. So it might be possible to get one. Or I could go to Sex and pay $1,250. Or I could buy it on eBay for cheaper than that because Sex are fucking worse than scalpers somehow. Which is absolutely ridiculous. So I'm mad at Sex. I'm allowed to be mad at Sex. I haven't had it in so long. CEX is the store. It's a UK store, but Australia gets a lot of UK and US stores for like electronics for some reason. Like we have EB Games and Sex and Game. Makes no sense. Like we get the US and the other ones, and then we have JB Hi-Fi, which I think is Australian. Some needs an escort all the way to the bridge beyond shore. Be playing to speed first to get electron monster Zora and electricity. Don't mix it all. Alright. I'm sure if there was someone that Sidon would like to be an escort, it's Link. I mean, escort him, it's Link. What? I didn't say anything. Hi, Sidon. Thanks. So these emotes are, how do the kids say it? Lit? They're fucking great. I love them. Actually, here's a random question that I have no idea if anyone watching would know. How good of a microphone do I need to have so you don't have to see it on camera? But I can still pick up my voice just fine. Dabbing Link, let's go. Toon Link is absolutely the Link most likely to dab. Absolutely. Would Breath of the Wild Link be more likely to dab than Toon Link? Here's the important questions. Because Toon Link is absolutely way more of a zoomer. So, Toon Link would absolutely dab. But I feel like Breath of the Wild Link is the type of Link that would see someone else dab and then just mimic it on instinct. So it's just like, I don't know whether Toon Link teaches Breath of the Wild to do it. That is the actual correct. You are correct. You got it there. That's actually perfect. Right. I have been waiting for you. Now let us venture forth together. Alright, I guess these are our vows. Help Sidon make their way to the target position. Non-binary confirmed. What's this? What's this? There's trouble everywhere. What's this? What's this? I can't aim Sosie for shit. Ah, see? I've been singing This Is Halloween for so many years on this channel. You don't expect me to actually sing a different song from Nightmare Before Christmas. Link, you're amazing. Really and truly exceptional. Exceptional. Oh my god, just fuck already and let me watch. Jesus, is it that difficult? Okay, quick question for everyone watching. Which one is the most likely to breakdance? My brain wants to say Twilight Princess because he thinks it would make him. Is Link Sidon valid when Myth is still around? It's an open thing, you know. They're not exclusive. I'm not gonna suggest anything about what the Zora's opinion is on incest because I don't know. So I'm not going to say that they join in together sometimes. I don't know what the Zora are like with that. I don't know whether they have genetic issues with that or cultural problems with it for the Zora. Them being a species that lives for that many years, I think might create more problems of just like having that many people with similar genes to each other over that much time, so I don't know. But I can absolutely see it be an open thing where it's just like, yeah, one at a time, let's go for it. We'll share Link. Mipha's constantly insisting that they write up like a timetable of who gets Link what days, and then Sidon's just like, I don't want to treat Link like our child, we're not divorced. And then Mipha's just like really worried that she's gonna take Link from Sidon too often if she doesn't do that. So she feels guilty about it because Sidon's not getting enough time, but Sidon's fine with it. Because he's fine if it's Link and Mipha together, because then both Link and his sister are being happy, and then he's actually totally fine with that. And he just go like trains and stuff. Isn't there a disco in Twilight Princess or something like that? Maybe it was a carnival. It's been so long since I've even touched Twilight Princess, which is funny considering I think it was my first Zelda game. I'm not 100% on that, but I think so. Imagine we got every single version of Mario in Smash. One of my first ideas for a character in Smash was Cave Mario. The moveset I could not work out and probably didn't make any fucking sense, but it was one of my earlier ideas. All the links are musical, at least. Zelda's the one making a schedule. Is this the timeline where it's also Link and Zelda are canon? Because that would make sense. Really, when you think about it, Breath of the Wild's just a harem anime. When you think about it, when you really get in there. See, you know what I want to see with all of the links being musical? I want to see them make a fucking band. I want to see the Hyrule Warriors 1 timeline where all the universes like combine together and all different timelines, all different games and links come to, like people from different timelines come together. I want to see all of the links form a band afterwards. Like every single one of them gets together and forms a band, and then Breath of the Wild Link shows up and it's like, what can I do? And it's just like, you're the person who jumps in to get the mosh pit started because it's by far the thing you're best at. Zelda, Urbosa, made for Sun Rivali, Pura, because why not? Well, not Breath of the Wild Pura. Not Breath of the Wild Pura. Mainly because we're getting into anime rules there, and I'm not comfortable enough having an opinion on that. Of just, she looks 12, but really she's 100. And I'm not comfortable having an actual hardline opinion on that. Because I have no idea what the morality of that actually should be to be half decent. So I'm not going to have one. But so the thing is, Urbosa doesn't want Link, Urbosa wants Zelda. So it is just like I guess it's more of a polycule because it's not everyone with Link. Not everyone is with Link. Urbosa is absolutely with Zelda. So it's a polycule, not a harem, I guess. Rivali's like the side thing. He doesn't want to admit that he actually has feelings for Link, so he doesn't actually start a relationship with Link. He's just a side thing where it's just like we had an intense like fighting match and now we fucked to get it out of our system. He absolutely has feelings for Link, he just doesn't want to admit it, and that's why he hides behind that. So I can see that happening, but yeah. Funnily enough, Scarlet's one of the game's strongest Link Zelda focus. Also, the only one where Link can have a 100% canon in-game relationship with another girl. Oh yeah, there's that one girl at the bar shop, but he like goes down on behind the counter or something. Yes, I do remember that. No, wait, Pyre, why are they all gonna have similar names? Pyre, absolutely. Pyre absolutely is. Pyre absolutely is part of it. Correct. What would their band be called? Fuckpile? Is that the name of the band? Is the name of the band's Fuckpile? I like this. If you want to have the name be a reference, the very first thing that I had that comes to my mind, which is dumb, is a link between links. But really, it would really just be Hiya! Or something like that. Pot breakers or something like that? I don't know. Harem, polycule, fuckpile. Hey, there are subtle differences. Wet time breath. I hate that. I hate that so much. I hate the phrase wet time breath so much. That makes me feel so uncomfortable. Oh my god, that's impressive. That makes me feel so uncomfortable. Oh my god. Like to the point where after you start dating her, Vice comments on her will be something like, I can see your heart shining with warmth when you're around her. We should probably not tell Zelda about this. To be fair, does Link ever make any moves back towards Zelda in that game? Zelda's wild breath? I mean, it's still incredibly sexual. It doesn't make me as uncomfortable. I just really feel like we're getting into a Hagio territory for, like, a band's name. I don't want to imagine a bunch of Links making a band together, but they all rock up on stage in our Hagio shirts. Like, I don't want to picture that. That is the problem. So the thing is, who the fuck's the vocalist? Because I feel like the genre that they play is extremely limited. You think about the instruments that all the different Links can play, and you think about the style of vocals they can do. Like, they are hyper limited in what is possible. And I'm really worried about what this genre would be. The drums would be made out of shields. I guess, yeah. Is it... So I guess you could have... If you want to cheat, you could say the guitar because of Cadence of Hyrule. But I don't know if Jules Conroy counts as a Link. Navi's the vocalist. I hate that more than Wet Time Breath. I hate that so much more. Oh my god. Oh my god. But it's just Navi just like, hey listen, but heavy metal death cover. Let's fucking go. I feel jumping over birds with land below that you've never seen, conquering dungeons and fighting monsters to rescue it counts as a move. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. CD Island, because he's the only one that can talk. Oh god. Oh god. We need to have a vocalist, and the only one that we have is, I'm so hungry I could eat an Octorok. This band is terrible. I regret this idea. I hate everything about what we are discussing here. I hate this concept that we've come up with, actually. Every part of this is fucking cursed and horrible, actually, it turns out. Every single part of it is awful. It is just... It is going to be worse than, like, high school band night. It is so bad. Something YTP? I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. I'm not cool. I'm not with all the kids' lingo and stuff like that. Not with the gamer lingo either. Kirby has a better band. Well, Kirby's Screamo. Like you use the mic power up, and he does a death metal growl so hard it kills everyone near him. Well, Kirby's too powerful. I'd go to see it though. Kirby can bring the house down, very literally, just one scream. I'd be fucking terrified to go see Kirby at Enmore Theater. The top stage would absolutely fucking collapse. It would be a fucking nightmare to watch. I miss concerts so much. Can I just say, I miss concerts so fucking much. It's the reason I wear band shirts in every fucking video now. Because I gotta rep, because I've been able to see a band for so long. So my best chance to support bands now is to buy their merch. I miss bands so much. I want to go see a live show. We are almost hitting the year point since my last concert. It's so fucking upsetting. I mean, my last concert was Polaris, and it was fucking amazing. Polaris, by the way. Polaris. And they were fucking incredible, but it's so upsetting. You know what the most upsetting part about the entire not being able to see concerts for a year thing, other than we haven't been able to see concerts because 1,000 people have died? You know what the most upsetting thing is about not being able to see a concert for me is? The last concert that I saw was Polaris at the end of February 2020. It was my 99th concert. I'm not even exaggerating. Me and Justin, who's the person who I go to pretty much every concert, like, there's been like 5 that I've been to without him, and there's been about 15 or 20 that he's been to without me. Like, he's got a list of every concert that we've both been to. The last concert I saw over a year ago was my 99th concert. So fucking mad that it's taken so much longer to get to 100. Considering he hit 100 in like 2018 or 2019 also. Because we saw Parkway Drive and Polyamorous 3 nights in a row. And the final night of that was his 100th concert. That was a fucking sick fucking 3 shows. It was the exact same set list for both bands the entire 3 nights as well, but it was so fucking good. It was so fucking good. It was 10 Years of Horizons for Parkway Drive, and they played like the entirety of the Horizons album in a row. Except for Moments in Oblivion. For some reason, they did not do that. But it was the entire fucking album. Oh my god, it was so good. It was such a good fucking show. So good, we saw it 3 nights in a row. It was so good. But then they also did Vice Grip Crush and... Oh, there was another one off fire that they did, but I can't remember what it was. There might have been another 2 I actually did, but I don't remember off the top of my head. Oh, Bottom Feeder. Oh, I was close to Bottom Feeder. There was another one. Because they did 2 during the show, and then they did Crushed and Bottom Feeder for the encore. And it was Vice Grip and something else during the middle of the show, but I don't remember what. But, oh god, that was a fucking great 3 nights. 3 nights in a row. I was exhausted by the end of it. Because I'm the type of person where I go into a mosh pit and I don't leave the mosh pit until the end of the fucking show. Ever since I've been someone who goes into mosh pits, that is absolutely what I'm like in mosh pits. I go in and I don't back out until the end of the concert. I go full fucking in. Because it's just like the amount of adrenaline that I have being in a mosh pit is I don't need to stop. Because it's just pure adrenaline and the entire energy of what a concert is and a mosh pit, especially the concerts that we go to, because it's like metal, heavy metal, deathcore, like stuff like that. Like it's all the really heavy shit, so it's very, very, very high energy. And it's like I'm like very pure extrovert in that regard, where it's just the more energy there is around me, the more that I have. So I don't crash until after the thing ends. But it's just like the end of that 3 nights of just being in a fucking Parkway mosh pit the entire fucking night, 3 nights in a row for like what is often considered one of their more intense albums, was just like, oh my god, it was so fucking good. Holy shit, that was one hell of, that was a fucking 3-night fucking rager. It was so good. And also, because of course concerts, and especially of course because Australia, shitloads of drinking. That was great, God. I miss concerts so much. Fuck. So the most recent concert experience that I had was last weekend of going over to Justin's, because Lagerstein, with their last tour that they did to release the to celebrate the release of 25/7, one of my favorite albums of all time now. Because oh my god, it's so fucking good. Go listen to Lagerstein. They're pirate metal and they're fucking great. And they're Australian too. I'm mentioning a lot of Australian bands. I see a lot of Australian bands. Are you surprised by this? Because not other people from other countries don't want to come out to Australia because we're too far away. So I see a lot of Australian bands. Like I've obviously seen a lot of other bands. Again, I've been to 100 concerts, but like a lot of that is Australia because overseas fans are hard to come by coming over here, and they're normally expensive because they have to book out major venues to. So I can see it. So many Guardians are here. Oh my god! Don't kill me. Don't kill me. But yeah, it's like they filmed a live DVD in Brisbane for like their last tour they did in Australia to celebrate the release of 25/7, and they haven't done a tour since, which sucks. They've been able to squeeze in like 2 concerts in Brisbane, which is their hometown since, and that's all they've been able to manage. Kind of thing. That was just like during 2 of the periods where they hadn't had a new case of COVID in Brisbane for like a couple months, so they were able to have a social distance concert. But because they filmed the live DVD for that last show in Brisbane, and it took them a long time, and it took a long time for it to all get mastered and everything like that, because they're not the biggest band, so like I imagine the money or like precedent for booking to be able to get it done was not the greatest like process for them. But like they filmed the live show, and the live show was done so fucking well, so I went over to Justin's to watch the live release of it, like because they streamed it. So I went over to his house and we sat and watched a live concert while drinking Midnight Moonshine, which is fucking delicious. And like, that's the closest thing that I've had to a concert in like 11 months. It's so upsetting. Don't get me wrong, it was a good fucking night. It was like they did streams like over the course of like 25 hours on like Facebook beforehand of just doing like Q&As and drinking games and stuff like that. And it was cool. Like the band getting into it and everything like that. It was really cool. And then like me and Jilson made Midnight Moonshine batch, which is a cocktail that Lagerstein invented and stuff like that. I think it was a good night, but it's like that's the closest that I've had to a concert in almost a year, and it sucks. Ugh. Or the night that the Polyamorous concert that I saw, the exact one, because they the radio station Triple J recorded the exact concert that I last saw for Polyamorous, and then they put out a night where they actually played the entire concert in like the audio for the concert on the radio, and then I had like a mini concert night again listening to it. Recent concert, bad bullshit. Ugh. My brother is not abusing me. I was up to anyone doing a pole dance. I think the never-ending lockdown's getting to it. Wait, like the voice actor Pollock? Or do you mean just like a 3D model of Eggman? Because I mean, like the voice actor for Eggman has done like hentai voice acting and everything like that, so I wouldn't put it past him. He's not doing any of that as Eggman's voice, but I mean, like he's freely admitted that, yeah, like, yeah, he's a voice actor. He's done hentai. That stuff happens. Not that weird. A real person in a costume. Oh, even better. Oh, even better. Let's go. Dr. Eggman could hit it from behind. Don't at me. I take that back so badly. I take that back so badly. Oh my god. You know, I miss concerts so much. I'd go see a Kirby concert. It'd be the last concert I ever see. But hey, fucking a year ago, that's what I thought as well. So, you know, I'd actually get my last one in. I'd actually get it in. Damage at full hearts, ++. Yo, that's a good one. That might be good for my Master Sword when it gets fully up there. Let's go. Getting some decent seals. Let's go. It's a me, Super Motherfucking Mario. I'ma quote that. No. No. No quoting. No. No. Draw it. Do it. I dare you. Have I made that rule clear? I'm totally fine with people drawing hentai of me if for whatever fucking reason they would want to. Just make sure that it's a fetish that I'd actually be into. And don't make it like fucked up shit. You're allowed to draw hentai of me if it's the type of thing that I could look at it and then I could get off to. If you do that, you're allowed to. If I couldn't get off to it, I'm gonna go off at you for drawing it though. It's my hard and fast rule on it. Doctor can hit it from behind. Well, if it's just a doctor in general. If it's just a doctor in general, then I'm fine with the sentence. Just, you know, you removing the Eggman part makes me a lot more comfortable with that, that being a quote attributed to me. So I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this. That is fine. Anti-flame and ice training. I feel like I do a lot of these anti-something and something training ones. I feel like I've done these a lot. How many weapons has Link got? Random question. Has he got a lot? He can do with a couple more. He can do with a couple more. I'm gonna level up the Master Sword. You're gonna get to the next stream and the Master Sword's gonna be level 30. Or level 20 and I'll put it up to level 30 at the beginning of the stream. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna spend the rest of my time not doing any thing specifically for the next couple days, just grinding out weapons and getting to level 100.
Wow, that's good.
I'd never draw hentai for YouTuber. I don't even know how to draw. You are, in a group that I'd say is a lot of people who watch YouTubers. It's absolutely not everyone. There's absolutely a whole number of YouTubers who have a lot of porn drawn of them. I don't know how many people who are on YouTube are okay with it and how many of them desperately don't want it to exist. I'm not 100% sure. I know I'm clear on my stance. That's absolutely not the stance of everyone else on this platform, though. The VTuber, Harchama, just recently did a R18 stream where she reviewed lewd art of herself. Yo! I'd be willing to do that. How do you do an R18 stream? I guess you just have to do it on a different platform, right? Like somewhere where you can stream porn and stuff and it's fine while people watch live. You could do that. Aren't there some VTubers who have, official porn done of their models and stuff like that? They do the VTubing part, and they also have, the official modelers for their VTuber model do porn videos for that. No, she did it on YouTube and just barely censored it, and somehow she didn't get banned. Oh, wow. Okay. Wow. Impressive. I mean, I would put an edited version of the stream onto YouTube. If I was to review porn of myself of it, I would put it onto YouTube. I would just be very, very careful. I would be very careful, though. But that's just me. Boom, boom, boom. But yeah, VTubing's a whole different thing. They're already anime girls, so people are going to be way more inclined to draw porn of them very, very immediately. Project Melody did virtual game stuff for a while, but just recently leaned more into just gaming content. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I knew there was someone. I knew there was someone. I still don't understand VTubing. Not in terms of why people would like it. I get that. It's Let's Playing and stuff like that. I still don't get how it's different enough. I don't get how it's different enough from normal streaming and LPing and everything like that for it to be considered a massively different thing. Like the amount of people that I know where it's just like, I don't like normal Let's Players or streamers, but I like VTubers. And I'm just like, is that, like, I don't, like, unless you just like the personalities of the VTubers themselves and you haven't found a streamer who does just, like, regular old face cam, who you have, like, I don't get how it's different enough that you could, like, say, I don't like any face streamers, but as a whole, I like VTubing. Like, I don't get how it's different enough that there's that many people who can say that. Like, I have nothing against VTubers, and I totally get the concept of doing it and everything like that. I totally get it, and I've got nothing against any of them. I just don't get how it's different enough that people are just like, I hate one and I like the other one. That's what I don't understand. People draw hands at me, I'd be scared to give using a little bit turned on, just a little bit of tiny microscopic bit. No, I'd be intensely turned on by it. Absolutely. I would be super into it. I'd be uncomfortably into it, honestly. Like, people would draw, like, pictures of me getting topped by Tifa. Like, they would be the type of people who would draw a picture like that, and I would be into it so much that I'd make the person who drew it uncomfortable. Like, that's what I would be like. Absolutely. 100%. Like, that is absolutely the type of person that I am, and I have no shame in admitting that. But again, yeah, I don't get how it's so different that there are people where it's just like, I like VTubing as a whole, and I like watching a whole bunch of different VTubers, and I don't like a single streamer. That's what I don't get. That's the stuff that I don't get. That's the thing that I don't understand. And also the weird subsect of people where it's just like, they throw away their entire actual in-person identity to go into VTubing. It's just like, not that it's a massive thing, but it's just like, I know people, like, I follow people. I guess it's a more accurate way of saying it. I follow people on Twitter who talk about how they've lost multiple friends because those friends have just, like, because that person has decided to abandon every single thing about them that is part of their normal, regular life to start a new one as a VTuber and just, like, ditch the entire previous thing. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Or also the amount of, like, Twitter accounts that I see where it's just like, I'm a VTuber, and, like, I have, like, several thousand followers. Get ready for my debut where I first do a VTubing stream in a month. And I'm just like, wait, what's happening here? You just advertise your VTubing thing and you haven't actually started it yet, and you're getting, like, a whole bunch of followers from just advertising that you're gonna do it. Wait, what's happening here? People really like that design, yeah. I have no idea if any of those people are established that I've seen do that are established or anything. They're just like, I was doing this, now I'm shifting into VTubing. And it's just like, oh, I've got the following of someone who's done this before and I'm now switching to VTubing. I have no idea if that's any of them, or if it's just like, oh no, this is my first time getting into online content creation as a VTuber. I haven't started any of the streams yet, but I already have a shitload of viewers. I have no idea if that's any of those people. I don't know if you're someone who likes VTubers but dislikes real streamers. Everyone I've seen, which is obviously not 100%. Oh, you still said there's a regular streaming fan. So regular streaming fan just fell down to the VTuber rabbit hole. No, I know more people who watch VTubers who don't watch regular streamers. I know more people who watch both than watch both. I know way more. I know way fucking more. Like, people that I've met in person. There would be, like, out of the people that I've met in person who watch VTubers, there would probably be, if I had to estimate, probably around 30 or so who watch VTubers, and I know 2 of them who actually will watch non-VTuber streamers, and everyone else is no. And everyone else says, no, I refuse to watch non-VTuber streamers, I don't like them. So, yeah, maybe this is the people that I know are very different, but yeah, no, it's the people I know, it's very much a case of, I like specifically VTubers, and I can't fucking stand regular streamers. So maybe it's the case of, I know fucking weird people. It might just be that. Calliope Mori is a VTuber who does rapping too. In her most recent rap had a hardcore call out about the Twitter Let's spin a debut TBA VTubers. okay. So this is a thing that a lot of VTubers are also pissed off about. Got it. They are pissed off at the people who just have an anime Twitter profile picture and then say VTuber coming soon. Okay. Got it. Okay. Okay. It's not just me who finds it weird. VTubers do think it's dumb. Okay. Got it. I guess that's also a thing because it's just like, I know people who like will only watch VTubers, refuse to watch normal streamers, and then talk about how there's like 3 VTubers that they like that they're waiting for their first stream to start. And I'm just like, you say you like these 3 VTubers and they haven't even done a stream yet. What is happening here? Maybe I just know weird people. Maybe I just know weird people that makes the concept of what I think this entire subgenre is not standard. That might just be an entire thing. Her whole message was, if you want to be a content creator, you have to create content. I mean, like, I'm not a gatekeeper. If you want to be someone, like, if you want to do this type of shit, just fucking do it. And I don't think you need a certain level of skill or anything. Like, if you want to play music, if you're playing the instruments and everything like that, and you're like learning it and stuff like that, fuck you, you're a musician. Like, you don't have to get to a point where you're good enough at it to be considered a musician. It's the same with streaming. You don't have to be good enough at streaming to be considered a streamer. If you're streaming, you're fucking streaming. But if you want to be a content creator, create fucking content, right? Like you can't be a content creator if you haven't created any content. I don't think that's gatekeeping. I think that's just like, fucking do it. Like, if you want to say, I'm excited to start this stuff, that's fine. But if you're trying to build your platform as a content creator before you've created even a single bit of content, I don't... What are you... Just fucking do it. Having to create content is the worst part of being a content creator. That's just how... That's not gatekeeping. That's just how words work. Yeah. No, I feel like there'd be certain people who would go off at me for calling that gatekeeping. Again, I know a lot of people who follow a lot of VTubers who have yet to make their debut. So I think I just follow weird people. And I just personally know weird people. But I feel like a lot of people that I've met would say that what I'm saying right now is gatekeeping.
Yeah.
When, no, you're right. It's not gatekeeping. It's just the function of words. That was definitely a message saying you don't have to be good at it, even if you don't have a model, anything, and you just got a PNG. Just make something. I mean, there is absolutely VTubers where, to start off with, it's literally just a PNG, their character, right? Like, and it's not animated, it's literally just a PNG. There's absolutely people who have started like that. Like, starting VTubing, I get, is expensive because, like, generally, unless you're already an artist, you have to hire someone to rig a 3D model. I get it. That is not cheap. I get it. But also, if you want to do face cam, you need to buy a camera and a microphone. Like, getting into this stuff is accessible because the platforms are accessible. The stuff cost a lot of money. I spent $4.5 grand on my computer to stream, and I'm still absolutely not optimizing it in any fucking capacity. So I spent way too much money on something that I'm yet to use properly. But I'll work it out eventually. Shut up. So, like, I get if you're just like, I want to get into VTubing, but I'm currently just like gathering the money to be able to afford the VTubing like stuff and everything like that. I get it. But if you're saying I am a VTuber, I'm building my following and platform right now, but I'm not willing to stream with a PNG, I'm waiting until I get the whole thing, I'm just like, what are you doing? I've seen some that uses pre-made models. So, yeah, exactly. Like, get into the practice of the habit or anything like that. So, you know what this is? You know what a lot of that is? Like, there's actually a super comparable thing to it in terms of just, I'm making my debut as a VTuber. At some point in the future, I'm just paying someone to, like, build the model and everything like that. But I'm building everything, and I'm like, I'm paying someone, like, all this money, and we're gonna get this complex 3D model and everything like that, but I refuse to stream until I get that outside of a PNG. It's the type of person where it's just like, I want to get into YouTube content creation. What is the single best capture card, microphone, like, graphics card, and face cam that I can buy? How can I dump hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of dollars into this before I start any of it? And it's just like, just start with the beginner stuff. Like, I started this with a DVD recorder and a cassette camera with my microphone. I did that because that's what I had. Like, but I started it so I could get better at it before I spent all of that money on it. like it's not a gatekeeping thing to say you should start with what you want. It's a be reasonable with your money thing. Just don't spend shitloads of money on something that you don't know if it's gonna work yet. Or like you could start like if you've never done it. I didn't read any of that, but it was about Goron stuff, so I don't really particularly care too much. Oh, ingratiations are great fusing. Oh, there's some stuff about rusted weapons. I should actually look at that. I don't know if I got those ones yet. I should have a look at those. But yeah, this is like be wise with your money. Don't drop shitloads of fucking money into something unless you're sure about it. And if you've never done it before, no, you're not sure about it. Spend $1,000 on something you're only gonna do for a week. Exactly. The amount of like, I mean, when I was in high school, like, and okay, so what do I need for this? Octoroks? Oh god, fuck off. Oh, more Octoroks? Oh, fuck off. Ugh, fuck. Okay, where can I fight a fuck ton of Octoroks? God damn it, I need so many fucking trophies for Octoroks.